parents didn't understand what the value of music was. And they loved music. They listened to it all the time. They just weren't really clear on its function. One of the most profound compositions is the Quartet for the End of Time by Oliver Messiaen, who was captured by the Nazis. He was fortunate to have a guard who gave him a place to compose, and fortunate to have a violinist, cellist, and clarinetist. It wound up being performed for 4,000 prisoners and guards. Today, it's one of the masterworks. Why would anyone write music at a death camp? There was barely enough energy to find food and water to survive. Yet here, we find poetry, art, and music. Why? Because art is part of survival, part of being human, part of saying I am alive. And this, from me, shall never die. In modern times, art is considered a luxury, something we do if time and money allow. And it doesn't help that it's become the butt of jokes about college degrees that don't help pay the rent. You're going to become an art major? Oh my God! So these jokes confuse the issue and discourage students who carry art in their soul. Few of us become food majors, but we still need to eat every day, right? Same with music. It can help you without ever paying $1. It can lift you through the biggest of tragedies. In 2009, the music director of the Boston Conservatory now greets incoming parents and students with a now famous address. Here's Why Music Matters by Karl, Paulnak. In 2001, I was a resident of Manhattan. The morning after I saw 3,000 people die on September 11th, I reached a new understanding of music. I sat down at the piano to practice, as was my daily routine. I lifted the cover, opened my music, and thought, for what? I was lost. Along with the rest of New York, I went through the stages of grief. I didn't play. I wondered if I would ever play again. I then observed how New York got through. We didn't watch TV, didn't shoot hoops, or play cards. The first organized activity was singing. Yeah, people sang. The first communal response was a concert, the Brahms Requiem. This was the beginning of a sense that life might go on. So music is not arts and entertainment. Music is survival. How we make sense of things with our hearts when we can't with our minds. Some of you may know a Dodger for strings. If you know this music, you know it has the ability to crack your heart open, to make you cry over a sadness you didn't even know you had. Music can slip beneath our consciousness and emotions. So if you're a music student in this audience today, here's what I would say. Take this seriously. If we were in a medical school and you were a student here, you would take your work seriously because you would imagine some night in the future you would have to save someone's life. Well, my friends, someone someday is going to walk into your concert and bring a mind that is confused, a heart that is overwhelmed, and a soul that is weary. Whether they come out whole again depends on how well you play. So you're not here to become an entertainer, and I hope you have nothing to sell, because music is not about the product. I'm not an entertainer. I'm closer to a paramedic. You're here to become the chiropractor for the soul, someone who works with our insights to see if things can line up. If there's a future on this planet of harmony, of peace, I don't expect it to come from the government. And I no longer expect it to come from religion either. If there's an understanding of how things piece together, it will come from artists, because that's what we do. As for the concentration camps, and on September 11th, music will save us. It's a blessing and responsibility. This is truly why music matters. Thank you for listening.